So here we go, changing Venus's oil. It's a little bit of a thing. I already got the plug out. That is a 15 millimeter drain plug. This is a 08 6.0 3500 cutaway van, bus, whatever. It's Venus. This is the oil filter that I'm replacing it with. I did a bit of research. AC Delco not only is one of the cheapest, I think some of the features are some of the best. Yeah, even better than Frem. Even better than the best Frem. I'm not a manufacturer, but anyways. So you notice oil is on top of the filter. That is because I put it all around the black part of the gasket. You see right there? That's what you want to do anytime you change an oil filter. It's a good idea to do that because if not, whenever you take off the old oil filter, see the old oil filter there? The gasket on it could stick. And see right there, that black spot right there, that's where the filter goes. And you can see she's draining, I think, maybe, possibly. Anyways, yeah, this is trailing Venus. This is Venus. Not trailing Venus. This is Venus. Doing the oil change. She's a bit dirty, huh? Well, she's home. She's getting mud tires, but first she's getting suspension and lift because she needs it. I don't want to be smashing anything up on this. She's already taken knocks here and there. So glad it wasn't the oil pan or transmission pan. But yeah. So the steps are basically, if you haven't done an oil change before, either do the oil filter first or second. So what you do with the oil filter is you get a wrench like that or similar to that and a filter tool like that or similar to that. And if you're doing this vehicle, and you want to set it for loosen, which is to the left, of course. So you loosen the oil filter either first or second, and then after you have the oil filter loose, it's going to be dripping down from where the filter was, and then you take it off. A trick for the oil plug is either you do that first or second, is once you get it loose with the tool, that ratchet and this socket like that, a tool so you don't get your hands as dirty as this. This happened because really the pan was moving around and it was starting to drip off the side. And really, not only am I like trying to not drip oil all over the place, I'm also, for environmental whatever reasons, I want the oil. I'm going to use the oil for sure. All the oil that I can. Wasted drips is bad. Any little bit wasted is bad because I can use it. I'm going to be using it. Not now, but I will be needing it down the road. That's why I have an extra large oil pan. This extra large oil pan. I don't know. I don't think that ratchet came from Wally World, Walmart, but that filter tool, this did. That was only like $20 or $15 or something like that. I was like, wow, very cool. And yeah, see right here at the top there, the pan, the pan catcher, oil pan. Um, that's to dump it out. I'd take that off. There's vents and drains and stuff to open up to let the oil in. But I'd take that off too, because you see the sides, how it's gleaming on the side over there to the left. Oh, you can see down there, and there's a puddle off in the ground. Yeah, it's really disappointing. Yeah, I ran over this a little bit too. But my this is a high tech mechanics dolly. It costs what, $400 or so. It is a solar panel box, or actually 2 solar panels. See, solar panels. Oh no, it says Oh, it says something module or something there, huh? Okay. Anyways, that's changing an oil an oil change with the vehicle, or especially one of these specifically. Of course, you want to check what size socket you have. Whenever you buy your wrench, buy the filter at the same time so you can make sure it matches, right? That doesn't mean whenever you pull your filter off, right? Whenever you, like this filter, I wasn't sure this wrench was going to work on it, because there's multiple filters that could fit on this vehicle, but supposedly it's not optimal, not suggested by the manufacturer, la-da-da-da, all that stuff, right? So I kind of took a risk because I didn't look at the old filter before I bought it. But from now on, it's going to be AC Delco, unless I really see some bad things about AC Delco. I mean, everything can have a fault. Even the best things can fail, right? But I think I've done a lot of research, I think AC Delco is the one to go for me. Doesn't mean it works with all vehicles. Definitely AC Delco probably doesn't put out filters for all vehicles, or as many vehicles as like Fram. I guess my second pick would be Fram, maybe the Fram Supreme filter, but I'd have to research it again. It's like, lots of different criteria, right? And videos and data that I went through to figure out what am I going to dedicate. Venus hopefully is going to last decades. I'm hoping the rest of my life, really. I don't want to let Venus go. Venus is my wife. Venus is my third or fourth wife. My dogs. The first time I came here was my first wife and second wife, 2 dogs. And then, I don't know, one chicken really liked me. I mean, so much so I had like 24 chickens, and the one chick would run to me, and all the other chicks would run. You know how it is if you have chickens. But that chicken it was like my wife, right? It wanted to follow me everywhere. It wanted to be everywhere with me. It didn't care about eating so much unless I was right there with it eating, It's like, wow. But chickens are going to happen again, but first is going to be ducks, probably. I'm not sure. Anyways, so whenever you put it back together, it doesn't really matter which you do first. Just like I was saying in the beginning, either you pull the drain plug first, or you pull the filter first. I like to pull the filter first, because if not, you're trying to get, well, you know what, it's, I was speaking before I talked, right? I think it's better to pull the drain plug first. Well, no. Yeah, I like to feel, it's a toss-up, really. It depends on the vehicle. But with this vehicle, I like to pull the filter first, because then if I let it drain, see, it's not draining from the filter housing, right? You see it right there in the middle, that black area, right below the top silver area right there, that circular area. it is not dripping, but that is, right? So if I'm trying to take off the filter, nothing, I let it drain till it stops dripping, then I get less on my hands, right? I mostly got this on my hands because I was moving the dang pan thing around. And then after it's done dripping, put the filter down. And then after, see, it's done, whenever it's done dripping, then I can do my drain plug and get less drip on me. A good tool is a good method to do that, to get less stuff on you, is, you know how if you get a peanut butter jar or whatever, you're unthreading something, right? And you can feel the notch. Sometimes you can even hear it, especially with metal. You can hear it, right? You can hear it click after you unthread it, or it seems unthreaded. So I push. What I do is I loosen it with the wrench. I keep turning it and push. I keep turning it and pushing it constantly until I feel it click, like it's open, right? That's the trick to get your hand less oily. But there's always something. There's always something that makes it more oily. I shouldn't have been nearly this oily. It should have been like 2-3 fingers, just a little bit of oil, but splash all over the place. So click, and whenever you're sure it's off, then pull it off and move your hand away fast. And you better have the pan in the right spot, or it's going to spill all over the place. I didn't get that, thank goodness, but instead, pan just... It's also the grade. I don't know if you can see. There's a little grade here. That's part of why I can do this right here. But anyways, oil changing on Venus. Hope it's helpful or informative or educational or something good.